2022 album of the year list.
Smino, Love for Rent.
Ivory by Omar Apollo.
Future, I Never Liked You.
The Forever Story by Jid.
I'm excited to get into it. What up, y'all? Welcome back to another Stereo Vision video.
The video that the whole year has really been leading to for us.
Honestly, literally, this is the wrap up, the last one of our like yearly end of the awards or end of the year awards type shit. Yeah, this is the heavy hitters, man.
We got our 2022 album of the year list.
Yes, sir, yes,
This
sir.
is something I look forward to every year. Honestly, this is why I started my first hip hop blog. Is because I wanted to make an album of the year list.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I would always make one just for me, but I'm like, fuck, like I want to tell someone about this, you know?
Every music nerd definitely has made these lists.
Yeah.
The song of the year list, everything. So this is just the best way to, compile everything. Talk about the best artists at the end of the day. You know what I mean? I think these are all the heavy hitters. Like, share, comment, subscribe before we get into anything. You know what I mean?
sure.
We've been hitting y'all with the content. So you know what I mean? Let's
Come on.
finish off the year right.
No, but you're right. It's best artist because it's like anyone can get a song. Anyone could strike gold and record one of the best songs of the year. Not anyone, but you know what I mean. But to make an album that keeps up with the rest of them, a whole body of work, a whole message, a piece of art, like these are the best artists of the year.
I'm excited to get into it. I'm excited to talk about my peoples. Are we gonna do honorable mentions to start off?
Yeah, so we got our top 10. We're both gonna give you our top 10, but we're gonna start off with some honorable mentions.
Okay, so my first honorable mention. Oh, I hate to say honorable mentions because it makes it official that they're not going to be on the list.
I know.
My first one that niggas might kill me for, The Forever Story by Jid. Didn't make my top 10, but great album from an amazing artist, amazing rapper, technically sound, flows on 10, gives you everything you need to, subject matter all over the place, tells stories, paints a picture. It just, you know what I mean? There was a lot of great stuff that came out this year.
For sure.
It didn't make the list, but it's a standout project for sure in 2022 for me. The songs, I'll give them off that. I'll do Star. I'm gonna do Brother Nim with Lil Durk.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna do Surround Sound.
Surround Sound was a moment. Surround Sound
with 21 and Baby Tate is incredible. Listen to Baby Tate too. She's cold.
Great project. My first honorable mention is Learn to Swim by Red Veil.
Yeah.
It hurt me not to put that in my top 10 because I played that like a top 10 album of the year. I listened to the absolute shit out of that album. Definitely go watch our Best New Artists of 2022 video if you want to hear more about Red Veil.
Facts.
But this was just a really polished body of work with some really fun songs. He can rap better than anyone his age. He's fucking 19, 18, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
He can out rap anyone. Like we were saying in the other video, he's kind of like a little Earl Sweatshirt, Mavi baby, but like also has this like mainstream appeal. He has these mainstream friends. He can make a song that's a little bit more palatable to more people. So I think his potential is out of this world. It was really just an amazing project.
The next project is going to be even crazier.
Yeah.
That's what I'm super excited for.
I just hope he continues to push the limits because he is right now, sonically and like selection wise, feature wise, he is pushing limits. And I just hope he continues to do that and make something that we've never heard before.
100%.
3 songs you got to listen to off that are PG Baby, Automatic, and Sky.
Yeah. Ooh,
Yep.
I like the ones you picked for your fucking honor or your 3 songs.
Yurt.
Okay. Next one. Didn't make my list. God. Future, I Never Liked You is an honorable mention. And this is one of the more impressive Future albums we've got in a couple years. Great year for Future. I mean, you can't talk about 2022 without talking about the moments he had, from the video with Kevin Samuels, RIP for Worst Day. The rollout was great. The shit he's doing with Travis Scott now, the videos he's putting out are quality. The fashion is always on 10. Future has been relevant for a long time and talked about, a similar type of thing, but hasn't fallen off.
Not a bit.
And like this year, like I think going into the year, maybe people might have been trying to find some chinks in the armor or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just some flaws, but he solidified everything that I thought about him this year.
Yeah.
Just GOAT.
Me too. That album is incredible. Give this man a Grammy. Kendrick probably deserves it, but give him the Grammy, bro. Future deserves his flowers. I'm sure Dot wouldn't even be pressed. I'm sure he'd be like, yeah, Fuse a legend, you know?
It was just great to see him aggressive again.
Yeah.
It was great to see him in a mode where it wasn't like, because I think we both really liked
High Off Life.
Yeah, High Off Life
Loved
was
it.
great a lot.
Loved
But
it.
it didn't feel like he was you know, trying to kill shit. It felt like he was just, you know, talking about his life at the time. You know what I mean? Which is great, obviously, and I think we needed that before we got this. But this sounded like he was trying to make one of the best projects of his career, and I think he succeeded in that.
Yeah.
The three that I think that people need to go to off that are gonna be Holy Ghost, Puffin' Off Zooties, and 712.
Good
The intro
712
off that.
inclusion.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the intro off
And
that for sure.
he only didn't say wait for you because you've already heard it.
Yeah, everyone fucking knows. Wait for you.
Yeah. Future, incredible. All right, my second honorable mention is You Can't Kill Me by 070 Shake.
Yeah.
It's a project that came out early in the summer and is still in my rotation. It's a project that I'm listening to late at night. You know what I'm saying? It's very like ethereal and like moody and emotional. It's probably like one of the most emotional albums of the year. So when you're kind of in that bag, it hits. And it just is so experimental and genre pushing. You know what I mean? But it doesn't feel that way. It doesn't feel like it's that way just to be that way, if that makes sense. You know, it feels like all the decisions that were made were like very intentional to highlight messaging on the songs, you know? And it's a project that you listen to and no song sounds even similar. Like totally different. You know what I'm saying? Like one moment we got these Mike Dean synths that are out of this world and it's huge and epic. The next song literally sounds like an acid trip. And then we go to like a stripped back song with a fucking, I don't even, you know what I mean? Like
She could work with anyone.
Yeah.
Like anyone under the sun, producer, writer, artist, whatever.
Yeah.
She has more range than damn near anyone making music right now.
Yeah, and it just seems so like Gen Z to me and like the future of it's very like futuristic. I love the albums because she's dropped 2 projects and both of them are like kind of interpretations of her face, you know, at the same perspective. The first is when she's in that like mask thing, and or not even mask, like suit, whatever. And the second is a painting with her face blurred. I hope every album she drops is like an interpretation of her face in the same like position like that. You know what I mean? Kind of like an NFT series. You know what I'm saying?
070 Shake NFT series.
She would, bro. She would. If you haven't heard the project, 3 songs you should start with are Web, the intro, Medicine, and Skin and Bones.
Okay. Now we got my last honorable mention. This is the one that was competing for the 10th spot. I really wanted to put this album number 10. This was the personal pick for 10. We have Face by Babyface Ray.
Yep.
So close to making the album of the year list. One of my most played projects front to back. There's moments that are show-stopping on here, and I really mean that. And it's crazy to say that for a fucking trap album like this out of Detroit, you know. Someone who's been making music for a minute. You can go back to his catalog and find a bunch of hits. Someone who's pushing the Detroit rap scene further than where I think a lot of people think it can be. Seeing him on tracks with Alchemist next to other great rappers really makes you realize how talented he is.
Yeah.
And how people who know really know. I think everyone who's been a part of this whole ESTG, Boston Richie, you know, Future type of sound, you gotta fucking love this guy.
Yeah.
Like, I think of when I first heard 6 Mile Show.
Yeah.
Not knowing who this guy is at all. Like, not hearing nothing at all. And I hear that beat switch.
Yeah.
I can't waste no money. Don't waste no
yeah.
time. I'm like, nah. After you hear some shit like that, how do you not lose your mind? Like,
Yeah, you know what's so great about that song is I remember having a conversation with Aaron and Nathan about it and being like I was like, yo, like the first half of that shit, the beat is so crazy. And they're like, yo, the second half is way better. You know, and I'm like, no, like the first, like the One Republic, you know what I mean? Like you can pick either side and you feel passionately about why it's better. I feel like most of the time there's like a beat switch. It's kind of like a consensus. Like everyone's like, oh, I like this part. You know what I mean?
Face is, and you could go to literally any song on there, and like I would not expect everyone to have the same like favorite top 3. You know, and I mean that was a really difficult one to pick off of, but yeah, stream it, please. The 3 you should listen to off Face is Big Estate, Sincerely Face, and Mob.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 that I go to the most.
My last honorable mention was also Face by Babyface Ray.
Fire.
And I love that you picked those three and also said that anyone would have different songs because I don't have any of those three songs in my top three. And it's incredible. Face, like you were, I just want to like, emphasize everything you said, honestly. Just because like it was at 8. It was my 8th album up until right before this video. And then I was like, okay, it's not really better than this and this. Like bump it down. I just love it so much.
Yeah.
It's an incredible album. It's motivating. It's the best album to work out to. I'll stand on that. Like work out, go for a run, like easily the best shit to listen to. And I think like you were saying, what's cool about him is like he definitely has a lane that he exists in. It's that kind of Detroit. It's both the Detroit lane as well as kind of like the Future Baby lane like you were talking about. But I think if you talk to somebody that really listens to music, there's like levels and he is on a level of his own in that lane. You know what I mean? Like just so much better than his contemporaries. Like no shade to a G or like a you said Boston Richie. You know, like no shade, but like he is clearly the one that you need to be listening to.
I mean, because also like seasoned. Like seasoned in the game, like is really and like is also around rappers. Like if you're from Detroit at this point, like you're coming up around other great like rappers, great spitters. So like there's that competition, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta have your pin on 10.
Totally. My 3 songs off Face are Let Me Down featuring 42 Doug, Tunnel Vision, and Me, Wife and Kids.
Yo, okay. Those are honorable mentions.
Some heat for the honorable mentions. That gets me excited for the list.
Yeah, facts. So all right, I'm gonna kick it off. Number 10. We got Ivory by Omar Apollo. Starting off the list on some simp shit for a simp nigga.
Say that.
Nah, this was something that, you know, I've been familiar with Omar for a little bit now, but I haven't really like heard anything that's really made me say wow.
Yeah.
Honestly, you know, and I think I know a lot of people who are really, really into his music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And like similar to like an Aaron Ray or an Aaron May, you know what I mean? But this shit, it differentiated him out a lot. And you love to see a track like Evergreen do what it does.
Yeah.
You love to see someone with a personality like his really get exposed. I don't know if you follow him on like Twitter or like, you know what I mean?
I don't.
He's fucking funny.
Really?
Like, and he's like, I remember there was, this nigga's crazy.
Yeah.
Someone said like, is Omar Apollo like entering like his like bisexual stage or whatever, and he's like, don't do that. I still suck dick from the back. And I'm like, yo, you're crazy, bro. Like this nigga is outlandish. This nigga is wears his feelings on his sleeve. Yeah. And that's what this project is. Very, very honest. It's a love album. You know what I mean? Yeah. For those people who maybe, you know, are going through something in the late nights. You know what I mean? The drives and shit.
You play this right before the 070 Shake album. You cry and then you get high and listen to 070 Shake.
No cop. No, literally. Yeah. Like, this is just great stuff. You know, it gets you in your feels. I think that, you know, he has a lot. He put himself in a different tier. Yeah. That's the beginning and end of it. And I think that it's versatile. Great project. The three that I think you should go to off that are probably going to be Evergreen, of course, because fuck.
That song has me in a chokehold still.
Just what he does with that high pitch shit is crazy. Yeah. I like the Daniel Caesar feature also, Invincible, and then Killing Me.
Dope.
Those are my 3
off
that project.
That's a good way to start your list off. My 10 spot like hurts me to say because I love this artist so much and I love this project so much, and like early in the year when it came out, I wanted to champion it as album of the year, you know? And it was there for a little bit, but it just, there's so much good shit that came out this year that I had to bump it down a little bit. But at number 10, I got Melt My Eyes, See Your Future by Denzel Curry. Incredible project. Probably my favorite Denzel album, if I'm being honest. I don't want to do all that right now. I don't want to get into that conversation. A great Denzel album. I love the jazz influence. You know, I love Denzel kind of more relaxed, laid back, so people can really hear what he's saying. Because I don't know if he always got the utmost respect as a rapper up until Taboo, because he was screaming at you and bringing the energy, you know? But like he's gonna bar you to death on this album in the best way possible. You know what I mean? If we look at like the intro Melt Session and the outro The Ills, like just both over some like jazzy piano, like saying some really profound things, you know?
I should have mentioned it because it is a great album. Yeah. It is so good.
It's so good.
It has the fucking song of the year on
Walkin's the song of the year. Yeah. It's incredible. And like, I don't know. When I go back to it, I'm always just like, why am I not slapping this more? Yeah. This is so good. You know what I mean? And every time I go back, it's like a new experience. His show was incredible. We go watch that video. We covered that show, made a little edit. Go check that out. 3 songs you got to hear on that are Walking, Worst Comes to Worst, and The Ills.
Yep. Oh, that's a great project. That's a great project. So now we got number 9. An artist everybody fucking knows. He was in everybody's Spotify rap. Didn't drop a rap album though. Gave us Honestly Nevermind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got Drake at number 9, Honestly Nevermind. His debut dance album. A project I didn't expect to like as much as I did, even after my first 5 listens.
Yeah, me too.
You know, I was confused, but it was infectious. It was so easy to play. It came out at the perfect time, which I think is a real thing. You know, that coming out in the summer was amazing for that play.
It was.
Fucking every time you hear Massive and you're outside with a group of people, you know what I mean? Got a little bit of whatever in your system. you gonna be happy, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good time. Jimmy Cooks is a moment for me. I love that song. Then you got shit like Liability.
Yeah.
Like, that's still that 3 a.m. going through it type hours, bruh. Text Go Green.
Text Go Green is the one.
Like, you know, Falling Back is an amazing song. I love the music video. It's so funny. Like, Drake had a great year.
Yeah.
And I think that this kicked it off. We need more.
Yeah, I wish this could have fit in my list too, because I also loved this project and loved this from Drake. And I love that he didn't announce it until he dropped it. Facts. Because then people were gonna get all excited and then they were gonna be all pissy when it wasn't a rap album. You know what I mean? But he said, "Here you go. Honestly, Nevermind. Great dance album. Yeah, it's great. It's great.
100%. I think it's gonna have longevity. Yeah. I think that it's gonna get played for a while to come. You know what I mean?
Totally.
It's something that everyone needs to hear. The 3 songs that I got off that are Massive, Jimmy Cooks, and Falling Back. I think those are going to be my 3, yeah. I'm going to say that.
I mean, Text Go Green is the best song on the
Text Go
album.
Green is incredible.
Text Go Green is so
incredible.
Good. So good. Good pick. At my 9 spot, I got Tana Talk 4 by Benny the Butcher.
Yeah.
This is an incredible album that keeps getting better the more I listen to it. And like, I really think this was the year that I fell in love with Griselda. Yeah. You know what I mean? And really it all clicked for me. And this project is insane and one of the best to come out from their crew ever, in my opinion. I think it's a masterpiece. There's just songs on this thing. Like, a lot of the time, like, I felt like with them and with Benny, I'd listen to a project and I'd be like, this is incredible. But a lot of the songs weren't as playlistable. They didn't stick out as much to me. Like, you know, it was like, I'd always recommend an album, but when it came to like songs, you know, never really knew what to throw. But like this one, there are standouts. The beat selection's amazing. He's doing things like 10 More Commandments, you know, like
what?
Yeah.
That was so hard. That was so hard. I love that.
And the more that I hear a fucking Johnny P's Caddy, I'm like, that could be song of the year too.
Yeah, that's a contender.
I wanted to say Weekend in the Berries was a song of the year. You know what I mean? Boldy slides on that. This project's amazing.
You can't go wrong with a Benny the Butcher pick, to be very honest with you. Like, as a rap purist, like, even as a fan of, like, you know what I mean, music in general, he executes the genre so perfectly.
Yeah.
Like,
and I don't know, I feel like this would be a good place to start if you're not into Griselda. Out of the whole crew, I feel like this is some of the most accessible music that's come from that clip. You know?
I agree. I definitely think that this is probably both of the Tana Talks.
Yeah.
3 and 4 are something special.
Totally.
Benny put together something really different with those 2.
Yeah. 3 songs you got to hear off it. Already mentioned them, but Johnny P's Caddy with J. Cole, Weekend in the Perrys with fucking Boldy James, and Throwy's Revenge.
Yeah, that's my shit off that shit.
Yeah.
So now, number 8. Another crack music album. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Another coke rap album. We got So Separately. Freddie Gibbs.
Yep.
And number 8, an album that when I first heard it, I thought was the fucking most different shit in the whole world.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a Freddie fan.
Yeah.
That's something that's undeniable, and I think that he's someone who I'm going to always champion for just based off his catalog, you know? I think he constantly gives us at least one album, it seems like, every year or two that's just fucking incredible.
Yeah.
This was no different. This was his Warner debut. I think he had access to a lot of people that he wouldn't normally have access to.
Totally.
I think him and his manager Lambo are so in tune with each other that the rollouts are always great. You know what I mean? You see this nigga dropping like little animated skits on his Instagram, bro. Like, I love it, and I love that he really is excited about everything that he's putting out with this. I think shout out Norva Denton, the A&R working with him at Warner. Fucking incredible. Like, has really, really like put Freddie in the best positions to do things. He's doing fucking pop-ups at Amoeba Records.
That's cool.
Like,
that's perfect for him. That's
like,
perfect for him.
He has just assembled such a great team of people around him.
Yeah.
And then knows what features to get, you know what I mean? You see the DJ Paul sample on the song like Pimp Your Slut, you know what I mean? And in 2022, like, the average mainstream rap fan probably isn't going to go crazy over that.
Yeah.
But his fans and his lane of people are going to love that, you know what I mean? And that's what it is. He's unapologetically himself all the time.
All the time.
This shit was incredible.
It was. Honestly, I just don't think it hit for me at the right time. Honestly, because it's great, and every time I listen to it, it's amazing. I don't think that I've been in that headspace. I don't think I've been in a Freddie phase since it came out. So I think it's gonna grow on me a lot because it's a great album.
Yeah, and I just you hear a song like fucking Feel No Pain, bro. For me, not expecting that.
Yeah,
not expecting Anderson and Freddie to be on a song that did everything for me. 3 you need to listen to are Feel No Pain. I think. I'm gonna go Gold Rings with Pusha T.
Hard.
And then I'm gonna say Dark Hearted.
Thank you.
The last single.
Yeah.
Just because you know what I mean. If you want to hear Freddie really spaz and not breathe for like what 2 minutes.
Dark Hearted is insane.
Yeah.
Cool. That was your 8?
Yeah.
My number 8 is Sick by Earl Sweatshirt.
Yup.
It kicked the year off so strong. Quick project, 8 songs.
Yeah.
8 songs. All of them are perfect, maybe. Like, you could make that argument. You know, it's concise. It's exactly what it needs to be. Earl is so like heady and like out of this world and like really just like dabbles with these concepts that you don't even expect to like hear when you're listening to music. You know what I mean? Like the shit that he be saying and the shit that I'd be catching now a whole year after it came out and like, oh, you know, I'm like, wow. You know, it's different bars in Earl that like grab me at different times in my life. And I think that's really cool.
The wildest references. Like he just says the wildest things, compares things to wildest things, his similes, metaphors, like
yeah. This album fucked me up for the whole first half of the year.
Yeah.
Easily my most played shit until we got into the, you know, the little Kendrick era. But like, yeah, I got my Spotify Wrapped and 3 of the 5 songs are Earl Sweatshirt songs, you know, because it's just so fucking playable. And I don't think I've ever described Earl Sweatshirt music as playable necessarily.
Facts,
you know?
Facts. He's moving in a different direction than I thought he would be after Feet of Clay. I like to see him moving in a more accessible direction though.
Me too. 3 songs you got to hear are Fire in the Hole, 2010, and Tabula Rasa.
Oh my God. Oh my God, those are 3 hitters, bro.
Yeah, but you could pick any 3 off that, really.
All right, so number 7. I think this is the most recent album that I think has came out that's on my list. I got Smino, Love for Rent, at number 7 for me.
Wow.
So I think that Smino is someone who we grow with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The more you listen to Smino music, how could you not fall in love with it more? What Love for Rent did for me was give me that first listen, that early listen, like I can already fall in love with it, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Because on the moments that aren't incredible to me, there's still something I could grab onto. I don't love a Euphoria.
Yeah.
But fuck, that transition
between
that and Blue Billy blow my mind every single fucking time. Like Mode in a Minute, like that Lucky Day verse and like how that song should not remind me of Drake, but reminds me of Smino's best fucking Drake impression. Yeah. And it's just like so crazy. Yeah. Like it's a great song, has great features, like unexpected features, you know, Reggie kills it on the last track. Fucking Doechii might have the fucking feature of the year on Pro Freak, you know? Uzi sounds the best I've ever heard Uzi sound on a song.
Pudgy's incredible.
Like, and so I'm fucked up because I'm like, damn, is it too soon? Is it too soon, you know? I hesitated. I pump faked on it for a second. Yeah. But I'm like, you play the fuck out of it right now. It doesn't make sense for anything to like go down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All the shit I like about it now isn't short-term shit. You know what I mean? It's not shock value shit.
Yeah.
It's the best things I like about the features, like as artists, you know what I mean, are highlighted in the songs.
Yeah.
Best things I like about him are highlighted in the songs, and he's moving in a direction still that I haven't heard. It sounds like his sound is more mature. It's a fucking incredible album.
It is amazing.
It starts off great with 3 songs you got to listen to. No L's, that little intro track. I'm going to go Mode in a minute. And then I'm going to go, can I cheat and do Pudgy and fucking Pro Freak?
Go ahead.
Both of those are incredible.
Smino's amazing. Smino, fucking ship my Zero Fatigue hoodie already, please.
Facts.
I'm trying to wear that shit.
Get that soon.
Yeah. Great album. My number 7 is Ivory by Omar Apollo.
Yeah.
You talked on it earlier. It's an album that I didn't get until later in the year. You know what I mean? Like people were listening to it, and I've been familiar with Omar. You know, the homie Noah Glassman's been trying to put me on for a couple years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's someone that's been around, but I had to I heard so much about it that I was like, okay, fine, let me do it. And I'm like, oh my God, this is incredible music.
Yeah.
Timeless music, emotional music. Like you said it all when you were talking about it, but it really is incredible.
When you said the timeless thing yesterday, we were talking like you could play someone who's 60 this music.
Yeah.
And someone who's like an angsty teen now the music.
Yep.
Like, bruh, that's a talent.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, we'll obviously get into it a little more in the discourse of it. It's a little too dramatic for me at times.
Yeah.
But then like the more I'm listening to it, it's like, fuck. But it's like so intentionally dramatic, you know? And like intentionally like, yes, I know I'm doing a lot right now, but like it's feelings.
Which is why it's 10 for you and 7 for me, because I love being dramatic.
Like
I
it's
love to be
feelings
dramatic.
and it's so raw.
Yeah.
It's like
it's so raw.
He's a cool person.
It's so fucking raw. 3 songs you need to know off that are evergreen. Obviously, you've already heard it though. Petrified, and then Bad Life with Kali Uchis. Oh my God.
I almost said Bad Life. I knew
So
you were
good.
gonna hit him with that one.
So good.
Number 6.
Yep.
My version of your shit that I got into late in the year that everyone's talking about.
Yeah.
Renaissance.
Yep.
The Beyonce album. Now, if you watch us, you know I don't be showing Beyonce that type of love.
Yeah.
I don't be, you know what I mean, giving her flowers, which we should, you know what I mean. Shout out her. Legend. I love Honestly Nevermind, and this is that, but on 10 million. This is fucking polished. It's the best writers. It's an amazing voice over these infectious, energetic dance beats that just everything makes you want to move. It's so influenced by everything that's in right now.
Yeah.
But not derivative at all because it's still so Beyonce.
Yeah.
She gives off that like queen energy, you know what I mean? Like
you had to really make sure you wanted to say it.
I had to, because I'm thinking of every other word, and I'm like, bro, she feels like fucking royalty.
She is.
Like her voice is so strong.
Yeah.
And so present on everything, even when it's an album with such amazing production. Like up until like, cause you know, we do the like little list week or whatever, bro. So Monday, Tuesday, like I'm hearing it. Like, okay. I don't need this, you know. I've heard Cuff It.
Yeah.
I knew Sid did Plastic on the Sofa, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't need this. But then I'm hearing the tracks with Tim's.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm looking into it, you know what I mean? I'm like, okay, there's a Big Frida sample, you know what I mean? I took an AFAM class. I know who Big Frida is. It's like, there's so much that went into this album.
Yeah.
From the fucking cover art to what she's sending out to people and how it's touching so many different people from so many different walks of life. You know what I mean? I don't love a song like Alien Superstar, but the way that you still can feel empowered from it, even if like you don't like it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just because her messaging is really so good. It's a quality project.
That's cool.
3 songs that I think you have to listen to off that are probably going to be Cuff It, Plastic Off the Sofa, and Virgo's Groove.
Fire.
Yeah.
All right, my number 6 is The Forever Story by Jid.
Yeah.
I mean, this is an album that when it came out, I said this is undoubtedly the album of the year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I said this is insane. I haven't heard anything like this. And I still think it's of that quality. You know what I mean? I still hold to it. Just we got a lot more shit, you know? But like it really is his best work easily. And it's coming the best work from somebody that you could make an argument for being the best rapper out. Technically, I think you could say that about Jid, Kendrick, Boldy James.
Yeah.
You know, maybe Benny the Butcher. But like, I don't think anybody's like rapping better than Jid right now. You know,
So versatile too.
so versatile. That's the thing about this project is like every song is so different, and I like that he got off with the first 3 tracks on the album are kind of classic Jid songs, really high energy, kind of trappish. You know what I mean? I like that he got those off so we could get like I Can't Make You Change or like you said Star.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was very experimental. It all hit. The rapping is obviously incredible.
Yeah.
It was polished. I love this project. I love this project, bro. I love this project. He can really do
fuck
everything.
with it, bro.
Yeah.
When you run it as front to back,
Yeah.
like when you're not skipping, when you're like, I'm gonna play this from beginning to end. I think that's what really makes this project shine.
I agree.
It's a really good body of work. It's more cohesive than I would think off initial listen because I don't think there's like a through line in terms of subject matter. Just plays great.
Yeah, because you go like Brennan M to System, and like that is such a cool
You know, it's the
juxtaposition.
little shit.
Yeah, yeah. And like you could really make a claim for like a lot of these songs to be in the 3. This was maybe the hardest album I had to like cut down to 3 songs, but I'm gonna go with Can't Make You Change featuring Ari Lennox, Crack Sandwich, and Just in Time featuring Lil Wayne and Kenny Mason.
That's amazing. That's amazing. That's a great album.
Yeah,
Now we got number 5.
yeah,
Moving into that upper half.
yeah. Top 5 time.
Oh my God. I've been excited to talk about this album at the end of the year, but I think we've all known that I was going to talk about this album at the end of the year.
Say it.
Ramona Park
Oh.
broke my heart.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah. I'm talking about Vince Staples right now.
yeah,
Because this is an artist who's been giving us heat on a high level. Been rapping on a high level.
yeah,
Since he came out.
yeah.
Since the beginning. Has projects that are undeniable, features that are undeniable, has worked with the best, has out-rapped your favorite rapper on a song and doesn't feel the need to talk about it. And it's still funnier than that nigga, bro.
For sure,
Like-
sure. Got the Netflix deal too.
And literally, and I think that this project really put it at the forefront. I think if you didn't pay attention last year with the self-titled project, which I think is of the same cloth, you know, just as good, literally like competes,
Yeah,
this is your chance to double back and, you know, fuck with it some more, you know what I mean? And still get a little bit more emotional Vince than I'm used to.
yeah,
You know, you hear the shit that he's talking on a East Atlanta prayer.
yeah.
And it's like, okay.
Sparks will fly.
Oh yeah, sparks will fly, bro.
Yeah.
These are like, you know, he's crying hood nigga tears, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's going through real, he can't ever be on some bullshit. He's never gonna talk like these other people. He's never gonna become this mainstream regular civilian.
Yeah.
He's going to always be Vince.
Yeah.
Always rep where he's from. You know what I mean? Rep Long Beach, Northside hard. You're gonna know where he's from.
Totally.
And it's gonna sound like that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's gonna have those West Coast influences, but he branched out a little bit. Little Baby feature was cool.
Yeah,
Magic.
yeah. That's an incredible album, and there's so many parallels to me to the Denzel project.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How they both really sound so mature, and they're always going to be themselves, but it's very mature. And I'll say what you said about Denzel project, where this was easily the hardest album for me not to include. Spoiler, like this broke my heart because this is a top 10 album of the year. I just didn't know how to get it in there.
Yeah.
This is a really great body of work. I think just maybe personally for me, I didn't slap it as much as my 10, but it belongs there 100%. It's a great album.
The 3 you absolutely have to get off of this are The Beach, Slide, and Paper Cuts.
Where is Player Ways?
Oof, the hard one for me to leave off was Rose Street.
Oh, yeah. Wait, that's the
Because
one.
Rose Street is...
That's the best song on the album.
Rose Street's different.
Rose Street is amazing. Great pick. At number 5, I got Her Loss by Drake and 21 Savage. A little bit more of a recent project, but one that definitely gets played all the time. Like I wouldn't doubt if that album streams is like comparable to something that came out early in the year for me because it's like the Drake effect. You know what I mean? Like you can't turn that shit off.
Yeah.
It's so easy to click on and so hard to turn off, you know?
Okay.
But for me, it was just like exactly what I want from Drake. Honestly, Nevermind was incredible, dope, loved it. But this is just like Drake, being why we love Drake. You know what I mean? What we've always loved about Drake, just on some like rapping, you know, like really rapping. And I think he let 21 honestly steal the show. I think it was his intention to
You
have
let
21
do something for him?
He let 21 do something for him, bro. He really did. No, it's incredible. 21 shined. The production was crazy. There's so many songs on this thing. I love all the songs.
The highs are really, really high.
Yeah, and I don't think the lows are that low. You know, there's one or two songs, but really, like across the board for me, it's a really, really amazing Drake album.
Yeah.
Drake Savage album. My 3 favorite, this one was also hard to pick, but Pussy and Millions featuring Travis Scott is one of the songs of the year. Major Distribution because of the way that kick fucking hits. Oh my God. And Middle of the Ocean.
Yeah.
Just classic Drake
Middle
song.
of the Ocean is Drake on his like rich nigga shit.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Oh my God. When the fucking like beat switches.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
Yeah, when he's talking about Vespas.
That's top tier. That's top tier.
Yeah.
So now I got number 4. Brent Faiyaz.
Oh.
Wasteland.
Oh, I did not see that coming at all.
That's my number 4 album of this year.
Yeah.
I think that Brent offered a perspective that everyone is trying to chase.
Yeah.
I think that people have complained about R&B being super toxic this year. That's a recent thing. And who are you going to blame besides the guy who... Did he release first out of all the R&B heads?
What you mean?
Maybe not, because Summer came earlier.
Yeah.
And her shit was really toxic and really fucking good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Brent leads the charge when it comes to male R&B at this point right now.
I think that's undoubtable.
I think
Undeniable.
that people love him.
Yeah.
Men and women gravitate towards him, you know what I mean? He has embodied this persona that shines through so clearly in his music. When you hear a Brent song, you know it's Brent. You know, there's not songs on here that I think are super anthemic or super like standout tracks.
Yeah.
That are like, oh wow, I'm gonna grab this one. It's when you play it from beginning to end and the shit plays out like a fucking feature-length film.
You're right.
And you just get his incredible singing, and you get the most creative list of features damn near this year. Junie, Tyler the Creator, Alicia Keys. Like, I love that this is an independent artist uplifting other independent artists, will give you the keys about being independent and doing it on the highest level, making money, dropping merch, doing shows.
Yeah.
Has the rollouts like everyone else. Like, he's really showing people that you could do it and do it your way.
Yeah. Brent is incredible. And you're so right where it plays as an album. Because I think something that kind of fucked me up and had me drop this a little bit when I was making my list was the fact that I didn't feel like there was one lead song that really could like champion this album. You know what I mean? Besides like some shit that came out a long time ago, like a Gravity, you know, but that shouldn't knock the album just because, you know, there's not one song that's notably better than the rest. The rest, everything is here.
You know
so
what I'm
it's
saying?
great. Yeah, it's really great.
And it's like, it's R&B that you could feel at different points of the day, different emotions. I feel like R&B really gets pigeonholed into like, I'm sad or I'm about to fuck a bitch. So let me throw on some R&B.
Literally.
But this is like, you could play this shit when you feeling like that nigga. You could play that shit when you thinking about how am I as a doing some self-reflection type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think this is more of a self-reflective album than people give it credit for. It's not just this toxic piece of work that everyone wants to fucking shit on or call out.
Totally.
Shout out Brand. Let me pull my fucking shit up. The 3 that you have to listen to off this are gonna be Gravity, Fuck You Talking About, and I'm not gonna say Ghetto Gatsby, I'm gonna say Jackie Brown.
Yeah, good
But
picks.
Ghetto Gatsby's great.
God, that's such a good album, bro. That is such a good album.
Yeah.
All right, at number 4, I got Fair Exchange No Robbery by Boldy James and Nicholas
Wow.
Craven. I
Wow.
love this project. I love this project. And when it came out, I didn't think it was gonna make my top 10. You know what I mean? I'm like, this is cool. Nicholas Craven has a very unique style, but the more I played it, the more I was just mind blown. You know what I mean? Like, it has 2 of my favorite Boldy James songs ever on it in Designer Drugs and Scrabble. Those are easily 2 of my favorite Boldy songs. And I just think that Nicholas Craven was the perfect partner for him. You know what I mean? Because Boldy is so fucking hard and what he says is so menacing. You know what I mean? And he says it in this monotone, like low ass, like scary voice. You know what I mean? I feel like Boldy James be like scaring the hoes, you know? So it's like to pair with someone like Nicholas Craven that's gonna bring kind of like a childish element to this. You know what I mean? Kind of like wholesome, like, I don't know. I think that juxtaposition was amazing. That album's incredible.
Yeah.
The album's really incredible.
I mean, Boldy is... he was my second most played artist of the year.
Yeah.
I fucking love Boldy James. I think that he is like one of those other people who always feeds his fans. You're never going to be a Boldy James fan and not have some new shit to listen to. And of the shit that dropped in 2022, because there was 3 projects, I think that this is probably my favorite project, probably the best front to back. It's
definitely the best.
It's him rapping his ass off.
And you know how much I loved the Bro Batman project.
Yeah.
I loved that project, but just the more I listen to both of them, the more I'm like, this is perfect.
Yeah.
And he was my number 1 artist of the year, so I felt like I needed to show this album love because this is probably a big portion of why he was.
Yeah.
Because I played Scrabble every morning since it came out.
Scrabble is one of the best songs he's made.
Right?
I like that song a lot.
And Power Nap is the single. I was like, what the fuck?
Power Nap is up there for me too.
Okay, but the 3 that you gotta listen to are Designer Drugs, Scrabble, and Stuck in Traffic.
Yeah, Boldy James is incredible. Listen to him. Give him more credit. Griselda, give him more credit too.
Mm-hmm.
My number 3 album is another Scaring the Hoes type nigga, Earl Sweatshirt.
For sure. Yup.
This was a January release. This is everything that I think that Earl has encapsulated for the last couple of years, but the best pieces taken out. I think that this is a sound and an idea that he's been perfecting since I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside. This is a persona. Like, Earl is such an enigma because he got so much fame and acclaim at 16 years old.
Yeah.
And was, like, Odd Future was bigger than, it was like Yeet is now, I think is a comparable thing, you know, their movement and what they were doing.
Yeah, if not bigger, bro.
You know what I mean? Like, and then he dropped something like Doris, which fans and critics are like, why the fuck are you this young rapping at this high of a level?
Yeah.
And then he goes on some really shit like I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside. It was like moving in a darker direction. And then the last 2 projects, Some Rap Songs and Feet of Clay, were just really out there.
Yeah.
I don't think people could grab onto them. And I think what he gave us was sick, was that kind of outlandish production with ideas anyone could relate to.
Yeah.
I think that what he's talking about coming out of a pandemic and like the self-reflection that he did, and then how you look at society differently.
Yes.
And your place in society is something that anyone can relate to, you know?
Yes.
And it's still him. It's still him working with the people he likes, you know, the producers he likes, but
yeah.
Anyone could listen to this, really. I don't know if they'll like it, but
yeah.
anyone can listen to it and maybe learn something.
Yeah, it's a great album.
And yeah, it's just cool to hear a young nigga articulate themselves in a really intelligent way.
Yeah.
I think he sounds very smart on everything he says. I know he gives off this like kind of dirty stoner vibe in how he looks. But he talks about like things that are just important, you know?
He's so smart. He's so smart.
He's so intelligent. It fucking pisses me off that I feel like that gets lost in the shuffle sometimes with him.
Yeah.
Because he's so funny, because he has the shit from his past, because he can still rap really well. Like, he's just a smart nigga.
Yeah.
And like that, you know, we always gonna highlight that here.
For sure.
The 3 that you're gonna listen to off that are gonna be Fire in the Hole, of course. 2010, because if you haven't listened to Earl in the last couple years, go back and fucking listen to that.
Yeah.
And I'm also, you said Tabula Rasa, and that might be like, that's definitely the right answer, 100%.
Yeah.
I love that one. But listen to Lie.
Yeah.
If you don't, like, if you're like, want to ease into the sound of the album.
Okay, yeah. I like that. I like that.
Tabula Rasa is insane.
It's so fucking good. And this album also is so good live. I will say that I got to see him do it at
Blessings.
Yeah. No, it's so fucking
Shit,
good.
I'm repping the set, you know what I mean? I got the merch on, bro. Fuck with your boys.
Literally. At number 3, I have Love for Rent by Smino.
Okay.
A pretty recent release.
Damn.
But a project that I don't think I've ever listened to one song off of.
Wow.
I don't think I've ever, it's always in context. You know what I mean? It's always the whole thing.
Yeah.
And it never, like, until I need to stop listening to music. You know, it's impossible to stop listening to it for me. And it's like, Smino is the one artist that I feel like I can fully get behind 100% in every single thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, I don't know. I very rarely had an artist that I've had that kind of connection with, where I'm like, every little small reference you make, I get. Every little like piece of advice you give, I'm 100% behind. He's never done anything that I've been like, you know, the clothes are insane. The message is fire. The uniqueness of the music, the way that he talks in an interview, the things that he says. Love for Rent is incredible. You touched on it earlier, but it just plays so well. He brings the best out of his features. We talked about Doechii. We talked about Uzi. It's just a masterpiece. Yeah. It really is just a masterpiece, honestly, bro. And like, just the whole idea of it too is really wholesome and makes me feel so good.
It's a good idea to get behind. Just the idea that you give so much of yourself to the world.
Yeah.
And like you have to sometimes, make sure your own love, like your self-love is on thing.
Yes.
Like you go with yourself. That's important.
Smino is amazing. 3 songs you have to listen to are Matinee, Pudgy, and Pro Freak.
Yeah. That's a fucking incredible album.
Yeah, and it's just gonna get better. We both, I feel like, know that it's just gonna continue to get better.
And then now I think we're probably gonna have the same 1 and 2.
No doubt.
But my number 2 album of the year is Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers by Kendrick Lamar. I really enjoyed that album. I think everybody knows about Kendrick Lamar at this point.
Yeah.
So, and we've talked about it so many fucking times.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that what's interesting for me is going back.
Mm-hmm.
And now when I have the whole year, when I have all the comparisons, when now I've went back and compared it to his other shit, you know what I mean? Other people's shit. How do I really feel about this album? And I honestly feel like it was an art piece.
Mm-hmm.
It was something that was meant to be made for a moment in time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this was meant to have the most replay value. This is more like a journal entry for me of where Kendrick Lamar is at in 2022
Mm-hmm.
based off the situations that the world has went through in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
This is his response. This is him kind of just letting people know like, hey, I'm probably the greatest rapper of all time.
Mm-hmm.
This is my thoughts on the state of affairs at this point in time. You
Mm-hmm.
know, do with it what you will.
Yeah.
And on that, we got a couple bangers. We got a Savior. We got a Silent Hill with Kodak Black. You know what I mean? We got to Count Me Out.
In N95.
You know what I mean? But then we also get the moments where he's like, okay, Auntie Diaries. Okay, We Cry Together. And I even Crown.
Yeah.
I fucking dislike Crown.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go and just sit in my room and fucking play that.
Yeah.
But conceptually,
Mm-hmm.
and what he's it's poetry.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally like slam poetry vibes for moments on this album to me. And there's like a Father Time. Father Time is a masterpiece.
Father Time is a masterpiece.
That is like there's so much that needs to be taken away from this. We've said it a bunch of times. You could learn from these artists. Learn from this.
Mm-hmm.
Really learn from this, the good and the bad, because I think his commentary on cancel culture is brilliant.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I think there's places where you're like, did he misstep right there? Did he say something that was a little too far there? That's intentional.
Yeah.
That's fucking incredible. I don't know how many artists have the ability to do that, both technically and like enough of a leash to be able to do that. You know what I mean? They can get away with it.
It's so funny that he says like, cat is out of the bag, I am not your savior, but then literally is willing to sacrifice himself by doing things like that. You know?
It's something that only Kendrick Lamar could deliver.
Yeah.
I don't know who else can make this album. I don't know who else. Because you have to get to this status to talk like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know who fucking Drake is going to be dropping shit like this. And that's no knock to him. That's just different approaches.
Nobody else could do this.
You know what I mean?
Nobody else could do this.
Shout out Dot.
Yeah.
My 3, and I think this is another album where you could have like a different ass 3 depending on who you are. I love Silent Hill.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of my most played songs in my whip. Then I'm going to go United in Grief.
Great song.
One of my favorite intros of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll go Count Me Out.
Oh yeah, Count Me Out so good.
Just on some triumphant shit.
Count Me Out so good.
Yeah.
Such a great album. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers is also my second best album of the year. Absolutely loved it from the time that it dropped. Talking a little bit about pre-album when we got the Heart Part 5 with the Deep Fakes video. Yeah. That was a whole ass moment and one of the best songs of the year. And then you're right, it's a piece of art. And something that I like about it compared to other Kendrick albums is I feel like something we've always really loved about Kendrick is the cohesion of these concept albums. You know what I mean? Like a Good Kid or a Twin Butterfly. But this is not. It, to me, and that's why it's journal entry-esque. Like all these songs, it's so like I don't know if there is an album where I can more confidently be like, oh, this song's about that, but then this song's about that, but then this song's about that. You know what I mean? It's like each song is its own. He said, let me talk about like transgender issues right now. Or, oh, let me talk about cancel culture. You know, oh, let me talk about like fucking like father problem. You know what I mean? Like daddy issues, you know, like, I don't know. Like it's a piece of art. It's a moment in time. But like, I feel like people have been saying that in reference to this album as a knock. You know what I mean? Like, oh, like
100%,
like
a million percent.
How is this the best album I can't listen to? You can. And when I also went back and reviewed it and compared it to other Kendrick music, it's Kendrick music. It's fucking great Kendrick songs. You know what I mean? That play with the rest of his catalog. He's still the same guy and it's of the same quality, honestly. You know what I mean?
I think its only closest comparison is To Pimp a Butterfly in terms of just like how like jarring it is
Yeah.
and different, but
Yeah.
there's hits on this.
No, it's so fucking good. Kendrick is that guy, bro,
Yeah.
and no slander will be accepted. I'm sorry until he fucks up because he still hasn't.
Facts.
Beautiful project, beautiful commentary. We didn't even talk about like A We Cry Together,
Yeah,
or what he
yeah.
did on that, or
The
how
music video.
yeah. Oh my god. Incredible. But my three that you got to listen to are Savior with Baby Keem, Silent Hill with Kodak, and then Father Time with Sampha.
Yeah. Those are incredible,
Yeah.
incredible songs, incredible project.
Yep.
Could have been the album of the year unless a Juggernaut came out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's Gemini Rights by Steve Lacy.
Yep.
We've said it a million times.
My album of the year is also Gemini Rights by Steve Lacy.
This is a heavy hitter.
Yeah.
This is something that I'm gonna remember for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Lacy is someone that is one of my like I can really say like one of my favorite artists.
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm listening to Steve Lacy demos, and then I hear in Apollo whatever the fuck,
We always do that.
and I'm like, okay, I love this at the beginning. I love Pride that he produced. I don't love this middle part, but I know it's good.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't love Apollo, but I knew there was something there.
Yeah.
I know it's good. And then you hear this, and it fucking blows every bit of expectations you have out the water.
Mm-hmm.
Gemini Rights is songs that are fully formed, fully fleshed out, could be hits.
Mm-hmm. Our hits.
You know what I mean?
Our is the biggest hit of the year in Bad Habit.
Bad Habit is out of here.
Yeah.
There's moments that are just so honest, and like I'm confused, and like I'm almost numb to love because of like experiences, but I'm gonna say it in this deadpan ass song, like Static is amazing. Then like Give You the World is like, but I am in love with this person, or Sunshine with Fouché. Like this is a masterpiece, bro.
I get chills talking about this album.
I'm going to remember this for years and years to come. And I'm going to listen to it for years and years to come.
Yeah.
It's because what genre is it?
That's the thing.
You know?
That's what's so beautiful about it. It's a I don't even want to try to put it in a box. It's so amazing, bro. And the only box that I can put it in is the box that Frank Ocean has sat in for the last 8 years of my life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And he has been the sole inhabitor of that box. And when I like when I need rap, I might go to Kendrick or Boldy James. When I need, R&B, I might go to Brent. But like when I need Frank Ocean music, I listen to Frank Ocean. He's always been the only one that lives there.
Yeah.
And this album gives me a similar feeling.
Type of shit. It's, you know what it gives me also? Vampire Weekend.
Okay.
Like
okay.
early Vampire Weekend.
Yeah.
Like their first
Like Mercury?
two projects.
Mercury.
Like when they're, bruh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you hear like a Mansard Roof.
Yeah.
And like, you know what I mean? Like you get, because it's not all the way worldly. It's just very instrumental.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like you could see and hear a lot of the working parts in songs, both like lyrically, I get what you're trying to say, but like the song is alive. The production is alive.
Mm-hmm.
Like Bad Habit is dynamic as fuck. Like fucking Sunshine, like the production goes along with what they're saying so beautifully. The words aren't on top of the production. They're flowing seamlessly together. Like,
Yeah.
Great Fouché on that song.
Oh my God, what a coming out party. What a coming out party.
Wow.
Yeah.
Helmet's timeless.
Helmet might be the best song on the album. The more I listen to it.
Helmet is a fucking timeless ass song.
Helmet is perfect.
Like
The album is incredible. He had a moment. The imagery is incredible. I think the cover's great. I think the look that he had, like I think that the whole body of what Steve Lacy was perfect. Aside from some of the tour mishaps, you know what I mean? But I think that is just a product of our society, and that has nothing to do with him.
And he's 24 years old, and this is like his biggest tour ever. You know, I think these type of things, when you fuck up on the biggest stage, more people talk about it. That's the beginning and end of it.
Yeah,
Is it a love? It is a love album.
I think it's a breakup album.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And it's so mature in how it talks about it, because I think it's very self-aware. And I think that's a theme with a lot of this music. It's either self-aware or self-reflective, you know what I mean? And Steve sounds like he's maturing. Like from how he viewed relationships in 2016, 2017 to now.
Yeah.
You could tell he has some new experiences under his belt. You could tell that he's had his heart broken, but he's also maybe hurt some people.
Yeah.
And that is what makes him such an honest narrator throughout this whole story. That's what makes you want to go along for the ride because you don't know what he's going to say next.
Yeah.
He might fucking slip in a line that's almost a little too vulgar for something that sounds like this, you know?
Totally.
He brings in that early Odd Future element. And that's once again the Frank, you know what I mean?
Yep. I love to like kind of compare this album or listen to it in unison with like an Igor. Because they're two albums that I think are breakup albums in my opinion, but two very different opinions on it. Because I think you're right, it's so mature. Like Gemini Rights is so mature and there's so much self-awareness, whereas Igor is very emotional, very Tyler. You know what I mean? But Gemini Rights is insane. It's an incredible, perfect album, and it's the fucking album of the year.
Yeah, 100%. And the last thing I want to say on this is fucking, for anyone hating on him for the tour stuff, watch an interview, watch his TED Talk, get a feel for Steve Lacy and understand it, because I think that the awkwardness, the shyness, the kind of, he's very blunt.
Yeah.
And kind of straight to the point with things.
Yeah.
It adds so much more to the music, because then when I hear it and I listen to it from a Steve Lacy perspective and I wonder, what were you thinking about to write this? And like, did you say literally exactly what you mean and what you're thinking? Or are you sugarcoating here? Are you pulling back that, you know? It's great.
And I also think like you might think about the tour thing in a different perspective if you're not familiar with Steve's career to this point. Yeah. Because he is like in the industry amongst his peers, he has been disrevered for years and years and years. You know what I mean? Like he is that guy. He has been like that guy forever. And like, I'd be mad too if I had this whole body of work, all these amazing hit songs that I've produced that might not have my name on them. You know what I mean? And I'm finally having my moment, and people are going to try to belittle it to a TikTok song.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
And
like,
it's so much bigger than a TikTok
it's
song.
so much bigger.
The three that I'm going to go to off this album are Mercury, Helmet, and Sunshine. Those three are undefeated.
I got the same three.
Yeah, it's... Those songs, like the whole album is incredible. Like Cody Freestyle, Static is great. But
yeah.
Like, those three are the shit that's making us say it's generational.
To me, the album kind of sounds like 5 songs. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That are just so like perfect. Like the other songs feel like transitions to me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like there's the 5 that are fucking amazing, and the rest of it's amazing too, but it just feels like it's supposed to be about that. Mm-hmm. And the other moments are supposed to kind of like lead you on this journey. You know what I mean?
Interludes. It's okay. So like now, you know, we got all this shit out the way. We can kind of talk about for a little bit, just like everything that we just said, you know, because we didn't know each other's list beforehand. Yeah. But the Her Loss ranking is so interesting to me.
The Her Loss, like Omniscient is that a word? Omission. Omission is really surprising to me,
bro. I only play 3 songs off it.
Really?
I play on Bullshit. I play Privileged Rappers. I play 4. I play On Bullshit, Privileged Rappers, Pussy and Millions, and Middle of the Ocean.
That's all you play?
Yeah. I don't really like, you know, I'm not really like doing the rich flex really like that.
Major Distribution?
It's cool. It's cool. It is very cool. Like I like that song,
bro.
But like I was gonna be like, and like I can maybe we'll talk more about this on like the last episode. But like of the 3 albums, I'd probably go fucking Certified Lover Boy, Honestly Nevermind, and then Her Loss.
Wow, interesting.
I you know, but
I love Her Loss.
That was interesting to
That's
me.
a top 5 album of the year. I've played it like it is.
Yeah.
Also, let me just say that Metro is disqualified.
Yeah,
like
Metro's
we just heard that for the
included
first time a couple nights ago.
Yeah.
We like that is probably there. It's incredible.
Yeah.
But like we had to just say, you know, we can't include that because it's too recent.
That would have probably but that's what was so difficult for me, because another one we had a difference on was the Omar album. Yeah. Because it's like I can't leave that off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that was my 10, but I can't.
It has to be there.
You know what I mean? Like you can't take that off. It's just like, and that's what really made me like, I think that album being there really took my list to the next level, because I was like, okay, if you're gonna include this, you have to legitimately believe that this other shit is better than it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yes, totally.
So it's like, it automatically makes everything like, I'm really evaluating like, are these other 9 up to snuff?
I think Omar did that for me too. Cause like some last minute shit was like moving Tana Talk up. Cause it belongs there. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, this was a really, really fun list to put together.
The last like really weird thing I'll say is just because I had no Boldy, but I love Boldy, is Super Tecmo Bow came out at a very awkward time last year.
Yeah.
Like the last like week or two of December.
Oh, did it?
So like it really could have counted here.
Where does it go if it counts?
I'm putting that top 3. I'm easily like all I'm literally doing is because I'm bumping out Omar, not feeling bad about it, and then putting that probably up right before Sick.
Yeah, it might. Oh my God, it might. Yeah, it's definitely top 3. Like
that's probably that's my favorite Boldy.
Me too. I realized that in the last couple weeks that's his best project.
Yeah, there's no misses on that. Him and Alchemist don't even know like how to not be fucking perfect.
Yeah,
Love Domini, incredible from Burna Boy.
Yeah, that was hard to not include as well.
Un Verano Senti, bro, from Bad Bunny. We're not Bad Bunnyers, but that's probably the biggest album of this year.
For sure.
I didn't have Melt My Eyes, See Your Future on here.
Yeah.
I thought about it, though. It was an honorable mention.
It was hard for me not to include Back for Everything by Kodak.
Okay.
I really, really enjoyed that Kodak project, and I thought it was one of his best projects.
Yeah. Smee 3?
Yeah.
3?
Yeah.
That's high.
It's that good.
That's high.
You know it's that good.
I mean, yeah, I like it a lot. I think it's really fucking incredible.
Not including I Never Liked You, broke my heart.
Yeah.
Broke my fucking heart.
Yeah, that was tough. Renaissance. Listen to that.
God Don't Make Mistakes has grown on me every single month since it's come out. The Conway the Machine album. It's got some really incredible records on it.
Very solid. Killing Nothing is still really good by Boldy.
And, yeah. Real Bad Man?
Yeah, that's fucking great. Yeah, seriously though, everything this year has been great. The albums have been really good.
Yeah.
I think that we listened to a lot of music that we wouldn't have listened to last year. I think we're slowly branching out. More genres are coming to the forefront, you know.
Totally.
I think this whole like little dance craze was a real thing, and I think it's here to stay.
Yeah.
I think Afrobeat is here to stay.
For sure.
I think reggaeton is gonna have a really, really big moment next year.
I think you're right.
To this. I think all we need is like a crazy song. And with all that being said, we're a hip hop podcast. Real rap is alive and well. Mavi and Red Veil are coming up, you know.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of great shit that drops in 2023.
For sure.
Yeah. Thank y'all for watching.
What a fucking year. Thanks for coming along this whole year with us. If you've been here, if not, come along for 2023. It's going to be 10 times what we got to do in 2022.
Watch a fucking reaction after this, man. Y'all heard us talk about the albums after. Watch our initial reactions, man.
Yeah.
Like, share, comment, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We'll catch y'all on the next one, man.
Peace.